Hi, my name is Reuben. In this series of videos, I walk you through the sample Poor Doctors application that I developed for the introduction of Genaro Mobile. In this particular video, I take a quick look at the library functions that I've put into lib_ui.4gl. So if you open up lib_ui.4gl, you'll see I've got a library function that does the front call to return the front end we've got. So it tells me if we've got a GMI, which indicates I'm on an iOS device, or GMA, which indicates I'm on an Android device. So that just I do that. I have this function, so it's a callable function rather than this longer front call function. The other functions I have in here is show_message and show_error. They're very similar. Basically, taking a bit of text and then a true or false Boolean variable, and if that basically that second variable of acknowledge is set to true or false. To say true, I want the user to acknowledge the message or acknowledge the error, or false, I just want to display it on the top of the screen. So if we want them to acknowledge it, we'll use the fgl_win message library routine to display the text. Otherwise, if we don't want them to acknowledge it, we'll either display a message or display an error. So you can actually see those in operation. So start the application, where we can see some of the messages as if we are updating a product. Well, there's a message there, so we don't want to acknowledge it, so it just displays and then disappears. And then if I come into the product field, put a negative number in, then we get an error message, but we're not required to acknowledge it. We can carry on running in the program, whereas the other type of messages where we do want an acknowledgement, such as when I cancelled out here, I want a yes or a no answer type thing, so a dialogue forcing us to put something in. So I've created these library functions just to get consistency with the user interface. So my show messages, my errors are all coming through these functions, and similarly for confirmations, I've got them coming through this confirm_dialogue and using the fgl_win question. And then I built up a series of standard dialogues over time. So when I'm developing, I'll typically use this not implemented dialogue to say, hey, I haven't written this yet, but it's going to go here. And I've also got this other confirm cancel dialogue to say, hey, are you sure you want to cancel? So I use this lib_ui4gl, and I just put in my consistent functions so that I have a consistent user interface throughout my application.